What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the 2025 Honda Odyssey Elite. This one is finished in platinum white with an MSRP at $52,700. Big shout out to Flo Honda of Statesville for providing this minivan for today's video. Take a look at their website linked down below. Underneath the hood of the 2025 Honda Odyssey, you're going to find a 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6. The 6-cylinder pushes out 280 horsepower with 262 pound-feet of torque. It is front-wheel drive with a 10-speed automatic transmission. Curb weight is around 4,600 pounds. It also runs on a 19.5-gallon fuel tank, and you can expect 19 miles per gallon in the city with 28 out on the highway. The overall length is 205.2 inches with a wheelbase at 118.1. Width is 78.5 and height is 69.6 inches. Ground clearance also ranges from a minimum of 4.5 inches up to 6 inches. Moving on to the exterior styling with the 2025 Honda Odyssey. This is a super popular minivan in its class, and especially in the Elite trim, it has a pretty sporty looking design to it. You're going to see the chrome housings on the LED headlights. You can also see all the gloss black trim throughout it. There is the Honda badge right in the center, which is also a forward-facing sensor. There are some openings underneath to provide some cooling, and then an additional scoop down below. You can see more openings in the lower section with your fog lights on the far corners, and then there's some gloss black trim surrounding it with parking sensors. Has some nice bulges to the front bumper to give it more of an aggressive style to it, so not bad. Definitely has a nice look up front for its class. You can see some sharp body lines on the hood leading to the windshield, and then as you make your way around to the side profile, you got a dual tone for these wheels. These are also 19-inch diameter. You got a nice color and style to them. Sharp body line throughout the front fender, and then all body color down below with some sharp body lines throughout these doors. You're going to get body color door handles as well as mirror caps with some gloss black trim and an integrated turn signal. There's also all gloss black trim surrounding the windows with chrome trim in the lower section. It dips downwards a little bit, and it makes it to where the roofline is a little bit on the floating side with the appearance. So pretty cool design the way they've done the roofline. You're going to get a small sunroof up above as well. And then for the side profile, pretty much what any minivan is going to look like. It is a very big van, of course, and it has just a good style with some sleek lines to make it look pretty up to date. In back, you can see how that chrome trim makes its way around to the rear end, which has a nice look. Integrated spoiler up above with your third brake light and some gloss black trim. And then you have halogen bulbs in these massive red taillights. Got a gloss black trim piece connecting the two with your Honda badge in the center. Odyssey logos on the far left side with Elite over on the right. There are parking sensors throughout the rear bumper with all body colored finishing it off. Some sharp contours to it as well, and then a sharp line in the center of this liftgate. So there are some bold lines for sure, making this Honda Odyssey have a pretty nice design. Taking a look at the key fob, we get lock, unlock, sliding buttons for those rear doors along with the remote start and the liftgate. If I go ahead and lock the vehicle, of course this does feature a smart key, so you can just grab it, it'll automatically unlock. This specific spec is going to get a nice black leather interior with some white piping and then more black accents. On the door panel, you have this soft leather material for the padded armrest, grab handle, window and mirror controls, lock and unlock, memory seating, and then a nice gloss black trim piece. You have some more of this soft touch material throughout the door and a ton of extra storage all throughout it. There are power controls for this driver's seat as well. I like the gray piping and stitching, and then you can see this really nice perforation design throughout the center. Makes its way up the backrest. You can see the bolsters with the piping, and the headrest is also going to get that nice touch. Spinning around, we got a black leather wrapped steering wheel, 4-spoke with some black trim. And then now inside the 2025 Honda Odyssey Elite, keep my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. Got your multimedia screen as well as a digital gauge cluster. For the steering wheel, you got the Honda badge right in the center, and then some controls for Bluetooth and audio along with the center screen. We do have cruise control settings on the right with heated steering wheel. We have your distance pacing, of course, lane keeping and steering intervention. Taking a look at the gauge cluster, basically what you're used to seeing on many other Hondas. You can scroll through all sorts of information, and you can see a little bit of a configurable screen on this left side. So pretty simple, kind of have everything you need to see in the vehicle by just scrolling up and down through all of this. Taking a look behind the steering wheel, we do have steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, the stalk on the right side for the windshield wipers, and then on the left stalk we have headlight controls. Down below all that, we have buttons right here to open and close your rear sliding doors. You can turn that on and off. Tailgate release, parking sensors, as well as traction control, and then an electronic park and brake with your brake hold. There's this nice gray wood design for the trim with one of your air vents. Got some cool rubber soft touch material with some stitching up above, and then more of that onto the right side. It's all fake, it's just kind of molded rubber, but does look nice, gives it a bit more of a premium feel. Got more of this gray color and then the faux stitching all throughout the dashboard, and that leads us to our center infotainment screen. This is basically what you're used to seeing on many other Hondas. We do get Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Sirius XM. There's rear entertainment in here that you can configure, and you can continue scrolling, seeing all sorts of different information. We also have the cabin watch, so you have a nice camera to view what your kids are doing behind you. And then we also have the cabin talk, where I can talk and you might be able to hear the echo, but it'll actually play the audio back there for them to hear. So really cool, I can actually hear that even as the driver. Underneath that, you do have a few different shortcuts, and then for the backup camera, you just push this back into reverse. You're gonna see a nice top-down view, 360 parking sensors, a couple different views for that rear view camera, and then a few more items right here. You can get the top-down away. Then back into P, we are into park. Underneath all that, you're gonna get physical climate controls with all the different zones and controls, heated glass, rear on and off, and then you can easily toggle everything and adjust your temperature. You can sync the rear as well, your fan speed, you can adjust that. So pretty simple right there, dual zone temperature. You're gonna see heated and ventilated seating, auto start. You also have your snow and normal mode that you can easily toggle, as well as an eco mode. We have your drive select in the center with hazards on the right side, and just kind of a nice floating bezel design. Down below all that, we're gonna get a couple different USBs as well as plugs, and then you can pull this out for a nice small tray, great for your key or your phone. There's also extra storage space all down below this, and then if you grab this one, there's a hidden storage console. You're gonna see two cup holders in the center with wireless phone charging. You can put a little bit of storage on here, rear cup holders. You can also open this up, and there's extra hidden space down below, and you can even remove the floor for a deeper area. So a really nice center console with a lot of space. There's also going to be adjustable armrests for the driver and passenger seat. They'll lock in a few different positions as well. One last look at the interior with the nice seating material all throughout it. Has a pretty good look to it. Got that manual sunshade up above. And then if you open this up, you're going to have a sunglass holder, and you can lock that to also view the rear seats. Got your dome lights, garage door buttons underneath the mirror, and then a nice size sun visor. Moving on to the back seats, I can just press the button on the key fob. It's gonna automatically pop open that sliding door. And then moving into the interior, you have quite a few different configurations. You have a lever right here you can pull, and that will unlatch the seat. You also have one right here that you can pull, and this will slide the seat left and right. Now this does have 3 seats in the middle, however this center one is completely removable. So you can pull that strap right here, and this will get this down, and then you can manually fold down the seat for an armrest with cup holders. And then there's a strap right up here that you can pull and actually completely remove this seat, which is when you can then slide these in and out and do all that. We have a lever up here as well. You can slide it all, so it'll slide forward, angle forwards to give you better access into the back. So there's a lot of different ways that you can maneuver these seats, which is a nice touch. I also like the 2 different armrests all integrated. So really cool looking interior. As I make my way inside, on the door panel, you are gonna get a few different controls. We have this control right here. You can lock and unlock it. The window switch down below, a little bit of this faux plastic stitching design, and then there's also a manual sunshade. So hopping into the back seat with the Honda Odyssey. So at one lever, you can also pull and recline the seats a little bit, which is a nice touch. And there's a bar down below where you can slide the seats forward and back. At 5'11", I'm sitting here really nicely. There is a lot of space for my legs and feet. Only thing I will say, the seat does seem a little short. It kind of stops right here, so it doesn't really give me the best leg support. However, this is for kids back here, so obviously they're gonna be perfectly fine. We do have some dome lights up above. You also have your grab handles, and then there is the camera system that we saw earlier, and we can pop that open, and you got a pretty nice size screen up here to enjoy some movies on your family road trips. So not a bad back seat, especially with the fact that this center seat gives you those amenities, but completely removing it to give you captain's chairs. Now there are air vents back here. You can open and close the door. You have those cup holders, a couple plugs down here as well. And over on this far side, you're gonna get all those climate controls to make those adjustments yourself. And then now moving on to the 3rd row seat, there's a lot of nice amenities in here. We do get the dome lights, we have hooks up here as well, And you get a nice USB port, even with a volume controller. So you can plug in your headset to listen to what's on the screen. There's even a set of sunshades in the back, which is a great touch. We have extra air vents back here, cup holders as well. That stitching design on all the molded plastic. And then the other side, you're gonna get the 2 USB ports as well. Headrest moves up as well. And then you can pull this strap up here and really push down the seat for reclining. Wow, I could literally sleep back here. This is not bad at all. There's still pretty good legroom and footroom. If I pull the seat back to where it was, I mean, this is absolutely perfectly fine. This is better than some second rows. If you want a family car, this Honda Odyssey is where it's at. This is definitely super roomy. And once again, you can remove this entire console right here and have that captain chair so your legs can sprawl out. Makes it a little bit easier getting in and out as well. This is definitely no shortage of space. We also have a lever we can pull and get this seat out of the way and very easily climb out. Moving on to the cargo space, we have the button on the key fob. Of course, you can press the button that is on the tailgate itself, but with this power opening up, you can see just how much space you're gonna get in the floor. This is absolutely massive, very deep floor in here. You have a nice hidden cubby section on the right side, as well as the left. There's 2 different cubbies in here. So certainly extremely practical. With the third row up, I mean, this is still super nice to see. Now you can pull these recline levers and get those to fold nice and flat out of the way. So if you want to gain a little bit extra cargo space and don't need the people in the back, you can have that. From here, you can use these straps that will pull these seats back in the up position, but on top of that, you just keep pulling them and we're gonna fold these seats completely back. We can pull this and they're gonna fold nice into the floor. We'll show that one more time from this angle. You can see the seat coming up and then pulling it all the way again into the floor. So definitely makes it extremely practical. And then manually we can lower the second row and get them nice and folded or slide them out of the way. So setting off now in the Honda Odyssey, just in the normal drive mode. When you're in the Econ icon, that definitely makes it a little bit more sluggish, not quite as responsive in the slower speed. So giving it half throttle, nothing is happening. So personally, that's only if you're really hyper mileaging. We'll just stick with normal drive mode. It drives pretty good. I mean, it's a V6 with a 10-speed, so very normal powertrain, which I think a lot of people are gonna be very happy about. Obviously, a lot of other minivans might have a CVT or a hybrid or a 4-cylinder or something. This is really simple, old school, just kind of a normal powertrain. As we get up to speed, it seems pretty quick as well for what it is. Front wheel drive doesn't seem to spin the tires, but even going to 4,000 RPM, I mean, you get up to speed nicely. So if you are looking for just a nice peppy minivan to be able to get up to speed with no issues, you're not gonna have the issues with the V6 and the 10-speed in this car. As far as the comfort aspects, this actually drives really nice. I noticed also my voice is not echoing. I've been in other minivans where it kind of echoes on the interior and it feels like a tin can. This seems really solid. Ride quality is pretty good. You do feel some bumps, but overall I'd say it's a pretty smooth riding experience. These front seats are great. Now obviously the rear seats seemed a little short for my legs, but grown-ups aren't gonna be back there. This is where the grown-ups are gonna be driving, and these seat bases are really nice, cradling my legs. I feel really supported. I have a good armrest too. So honestly, this is a really good driving position. You have a good view around too. I mean, the second headrests kind of hinder a little bit, but nonetheless, you have so much glass in here, I don't think you're gonna have an issue with it at all. Tons of storage solutions to make it easy. Armrest on the left side is great, and this is actually kind of on the low side, so the glass just feels like it's endless. Really good amount of glass in here, and just a comfortable place to be. You feel up high enough to see over other traffic, but not too high to feel like you're in like a jumbo SUV or something. And if we just quickly get into some traffic once again, not bad. Now you don't see any of the hood or anything, so basically the edge of the dashboard is the farthest you can see of this vehicle, but you feel like it's easy to point. I'm not having any issues placing the car, just kind of maneuvering it, things like that. It seems really easy overall to drive. Steering feel is pretty normal. It's light, I would say. There's not really much feedback to it, but again, this is not a performance car, you know, but I feel like it drives nice enough to just feel nice. It doesn't feel just like a big bus that you hate driving. It feels like something that you can enjoy driving, enjoy spending some time in here. All right, so setting off now in the Honda Odyssey Elite. Takes a little bit getting used to the buttons there, but honestly, I like how it's laid out. I think it's really simple with climate, drivetrain, seats. So basically what you need is readily available in easy reach, and it's designed to where you don't have to really just take your eyes off the road. I'm not a fan of a lot of modern cars where everything's going to on the touchscreen. This keeps it simple. Honda, simple brand, they like appealing to the masses. I feel like this is a minivan that a lot of families can get on board with, to where it's just easy to use, not distracting at all. Now, a lot of the functionality with this to accommodate kids in the back, the third row, is really cool. Honestly, the second row seat, the fact that you have the choice to have the captain chairs or not, I think is a big plus. Most of the time, most people probably would have that middle seat out, just leave it in your storage room in your house or something like that, and you get the benefits of captain's chairs. Sliding the second row left to right, I've heard, is a huge thing for people who own vans. They love being able to slide them left to right, which you may not see on every other car in this class. So the fact that you're able to do that is a big plus, especially. Third row is perfectly good to use, so honestly, you could use the third row and the two captain's chairs, having them slid together and have really easy access for 4 people to be back there. So I think that's a really good way they've done it, and just the configuration of the seats, being able to remove them, fold them down to the floor, it makes this super useful for 6 people or just a lot of stuff back there. So I like that aspect a lot. I think my biggest thing that I'm enjoying about the Odyssey, I'm not a minivan person. I will probably never buy one. I'm an SUV person when I need that for the future family. But this does drive nice. I've been in some other vans to where they just feels like a big empty space. There's a lot of echo. You hear things rattling. I'm not hearing any of that with this. It's driving smooth. It's tackling bumps well. It feels well insulated to where you don't hear doors and seats rattling. Obviously, a lot of this is configurable. A lot of things move around in here that your typical vehicle doesn't. So that leaves room for a lot of rattles and noises that you don't want to hear. I'm not getting any of that in this vehicle. And then the smooth acceleration, it drives like your typical SUV. So I think that is a big selling point to me that might make the Honda Odyssey probably maybe the top pick. The Toyota, I felt, had a little bit too many creaks in it and felt echoey. And then the Chrysler was fine, I think, just like this. However, I would trust Honda's reliability better. So as of now, I would put this top in the class just because you have this space to do everything you're gonna need. I don't believe there's a cooler you can get in here, which is a nice touch in the Toyota, of course. But the space you get and the ride quality might be my biggest selling feature if you want a van that drives nice, I think. I like a vehicle that drives nice. That's kind of my biggest thing that sells me on a vehicle. I want to be in it, be comfortable, it to be smooth, not rattling all around, doesn't feel like a bag of bolts. This is not giving me that. This is giving me a smooth to drive vehicle. It's comfortable to sit in here. I got the amenities. I mean, I can just sit and enjoy it. But I think that is then it for the 2025 Honda Odyssey. Cool option to go with for the family. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for plenty more content to come, and big shout out once again to Flo Honda of Statesville for providing this car for today's video. Check out their website linked down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.